Sorry guys, you just have to watch this video. Getting on the shade cloth, the leaves hit the button and knock it off. But this is the Thor Thunderbolt, and there's plenty more where that came from. This is actually the Dunnikin pepper, and there are some pods on it, some down in there, but none that I see that are ready. But there's definitely some more on it. This is the chocolate prima tally, and there's a bunch of, not as much as my other one, but there are some pods on this one. There's one right there, down in there. That's a gnarly looking one. There's another one right there, and a big old boy tucked in there around the string. This is the ghost pepper right here. It's really starting to get some buds on here. This was a very slow mover, but these new branches are really, with the tiger bloom, really starting to get some buds on there. And right there is a ghost pepper, and there's some baby ones right there. This one is the cotton candy bubblegum 7-pot, and again guys, loaded, just loaded. Just all these branches coming out everywhere to the whole end of the branches are just, this whole thing is just, you can see them all in there. They're just completely loaded on all of this, and we're starting to get some fresh pods there. This is the cotton candy, or this is, I'm sorry, the 7-pot pink. Well, it was supposed to be the 7-pot pink, but they are turning to like an orangish red, so I think it's more of a 7-pot red compared to a 7-pot pink. But yeah, they're everywhere, loaded on their gigantic pods. And then there's more starting up here. This was supposed to be a Big Mama mustard, which I think turned out to be a yellow fatale. But look at all these pods. They're just pods everywhere, flowers everywhere. This thing is just loaded beyond loaded, and it's a huge, like 4 foot by 4 feet plant. And you can just see they're starting to turn yellow in there, but they're just peppers every freaking where. I mean, this thing is loaded beyond loaded. I already have like 50 peppers, and that's only a fraction. There's at least another 200 peppers on here, and you can see it even extends way over into here. Now this is a Big Mama mustard. These pods are gigantic. There's some little ones there, a big one right there, big and bumpy, almost like an RB003. There's a really big bumpy one there, and they extend up into here and way up into there. And this was the first pepper that came on here, just waiting for it to get more of a mustard color. But you can see they're gigantic and they're gnarly looking. Here's the Thor Thunderbolt. Bunch of them on there. They are smaller pods than I would want, but there are a good amount of them. They're everywhere. That's a chocolate prima tally. Not really producing. Maybe because it's in the middle and it's shaded too much, but I'm gonna spread these guys out a little bit. This is a purple peach reaper, which only has like 5 pods on it. Let me try to get in here and show you.